Good morning, HR professionals. We are at the Crescent Club today, and you have a treat because this is Christy Showalter, and she is with McGriff Insurance. She's doing a presentation today about the $1 million plan mistakes that so many of us make when we're designing our employee benefits programs. So I invited her to come join me so we can find out what some of those are. You have some solutions, right?
We do.
Good.
We do, because these are all mistakes that I've actually probably made most of them, because I've spent 25 years in HR, and it's one that most of my presentation comes from things I didn't know I was supposed to be doing.
Right.
It's so...
And you're an attorney also.
I am.
Yeah.
So
Christy's also an attorney, so she has some great advice for us, I'm sure. What is one of the main mistakes people make?
Well, we know HR professionals have to deal with alphabet soup when it comes to benefit plans. So we've got everything from ERISA to ACA to COBRA to HIPAA, and there's everything in between. So I will say one of the primary mistakes we see is on ERISA.
Oh, really?
It is one that...
Not knowing what you need to be in compliance with?
Just not knowing.
Issues?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just not knowing, because it's one that we know how it applies to 401k plans. It's always been enforced. It has not been enforced until recently on benefit plans.
Right.
So we see that as the most common error when we work with our groups.
So how can you prevent that?
And it's really working with your benefits advisor, but just being aware of what you have to do. The compliance isn't hard when you know what it is you have to do.
You have to know, right?
It's the not knowing.
Yeah.
Not knowing what to ask. So it is one kind of making sure that you're actually complying with those documentation requirements, having an actual plan document, not just the documents from the carriers. So it is actually having a compliant.
So don't take the cookie cutter plan.
Absolutely. And that's what you think that the carrier is giving you what you need,
right.
But the carrier is not subject to ERISA. The employer is.
Of course.
So
it makes a big difference.
So it's really having those, making sure you're doing 5,500 filings. A lot of people think that 401k takes care of it, and it doesn't. Totally separate filing. So that's a very common error we're seeing.
Okay, so what form are we specifically talking about?
A lot of these are on the documentation side. We're looking at wrap plan documents, and then from the 5,500 filing, having that specific 5,500 filing for the benefit plan itself.
Mm-hmm. So I remember those, not lovingly.
I know, exactly.
But I do remember them. Christy is here today at the Crescent Club because we are having the Greater Memphis Employee Benefits meeting, and she's our keynote speaker today, our luncheon speaker, so we're so excited to have her here and to give us a little briefing. So what else can people do? Is there something you can do to save money for your employer?
Well, and this is where we actually look at it more from, this is risk avoidance. We think benefit plans, we're all about helping our clients minimize risk, at least. You can't completely avoid it, but minimize it. And so a lot of it is just simple steps. I mean, when it comes to ACA, everybody's hoping it goes away. That's our number one question.
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Do we still have to do those filings? So it's one that so far we still have the reporting to do, and we're actually just had another wave this summer come out on the 2017 penalties. That's something we help our clients quite a bit with. And honestly, the majority of the letters that are going out with penalties are just due to simple coding errors.
Oh my goodness, really?
And so you open the letter. The one example we have in our presentation is one poor client opened a letter, $1.2 million in penalties.
My gosh.
You can imagine the heart attack of the CFO on that one.
Oh, or the head of HR.
And it literally is one box not checked correctly on the form.
Oh my goodness.
So it's one just really being aware.
Is that easily fixed?
It is, thankfully. And the IRS has been very responsive in fixing. But it really is being able to answer 3 key questions still on ACA. I mean, are you an applicable large employer? How are you actually measuring full-time status? And do you know what affordability safe harbor you're using? So it really is some simple questions you can work with your advisor to make sure you've got those proactively identified.
Safe harbor is so important.
Yes, and having that code on that line.
That's right. That's so true. So I know you've got to get in there because she's got to speak in about 10 minutes. Yeah. So if people would like a copy of your presentation, can they contact you?
Absolutely.
And you want to share your email with us?
It is. It's Christy. It's CHRISTY .Showalter SHOWALTER @McGriffInsurance.com. So.
And you can also go to their website, and we have posted that up here for you, McGriffInsurance.com.
Great.
Thank you, Christy.
Well, I appreciate it.
We'll be back. Thanks for joining us.